and I'm a nut, and I'm a nut, So, ladies and gentlemen, how are you today? And are we ready to talk about Ms. Marvel, the stunning and brave story of a 16-year-old Pakistani Muslim girl living in New Jersey? Oh, I can't wait to talk about this. Hey, back in 2002, we had Bend It Like Beckham, which had Parminder Nagra and Keira Knightley. She wasn't a big thing then. Directed by Gurinder Chadha, who directed East is East and Baji on the Beach. Pretty good movies. I probably wouldn't go back and watch them now, but Bend It Like Beckham is always a feel-good summer movie for me. Didn't force politics down your throat. It was telling the story to people who might not be aware of what the Sikh or Indian culture is in general, and the way they portrayed. Gurinder Chadha knew what she was doing, that she wanted to make this a mainstream movie that everybody can go to. Everybody could be included, no matter where you came from whatever sphere of the cultural identity you're part of growing up with, and she made sure of that. But of course now Marvel, Victoria Alonso, all those other weirdos who are running the show now. Yes, I'm talking to you, Kevin Feige, who think this show, Ms. Marvel on Disney Plus, is going to break down barriers. It's going to show people what Muslims and Muslim superheroes can be like. Don't forget, you got a character called Dust, a Muslim superhero in the X-Men, but nobody talks about her. So let's have a look at this, because Ms. Marvel is doing a bit of it's crashing and burning in the ratings. The second episode did not even trend all day on Twitter. You had weirdos like Grace Randolph saying, "Oh, but what? I thought it was trending." Grace, go in the corner, love, eat some meat pies, get fat, come back on the screen again. You might get more subscribers. Nobody likes anemic, shill-like journalists who just sit there with the worst thumbnails I've ever seen. So Metacritic, look at this. So the Meta score at the moment is 78%. So this is a triumphant TV series, is it, Marvel? Okay. The user score is 4.1 based on 127 ratings. The Metascore from professional people in the business, 23 critic reviews. Isn't that funny? Let's have a click on that and see. So, the Radio Times, which is a has-been magazine, it belongs to the BBC, you know, the people that supported Jimmy Savile all those years ago. And by the way, back in the 90s, I used to work at Radio Luxembourg. I used to hear some very weird stories about Jimmy Savile. And back then, obviously, the internet wasn't around for public consumption, but holy hell, the stuff that I'll tell you in a future live stream, I just thought, holy man, that can't be right. I never heard of these terms before. Necrophilia? What? Anyway, David Craig, not Craig David, of the Radio Times, simply put, Ms. Marvel is off to a brilliant start. I couldn't suppress my smile for the duration of the first 2 episodes, as the show's colourful world, endearing cast and hilarious wit had me entranced. David, have you ever watched Bend It Like Beckham? That was also colourful, very joyful, didn't shove things down your throat, and genuinely was a very funny film. So I don't know where he's coming away from that this is a really brilliant start to the show. He said it's a brilliant start. The rest of it's probably gone down to shit for all we know, so who cares? The Guardian, Lucy Mangan. The whole thing is full of charm. Love the graffiti that animates as Kamala and her ever-active imagination walk past. Did we not see things like this in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World by Edgar Wright? Okay, I must be talking out of my arse. Catherine Porter from Paste. At the end of the day, she's still Kamala. More casual lovers of the MCU will undoubtedly love the miniseries for Iman Vellani's performance. It's wooden. And the ambience that the production team clearly worked very hard to create is ripping off Scott Pilgrim. Ms. Marvel can even push more people to dive into comics that got us there in the first place. No, Catherine, you go to something called Comic-Con in your country, or you go online to eBay and look for the comics you want to buy. That's how you do it. You don't get someone like Ms. Marvel to introduce you to comics. Let's get that big old fart. Yeah, right in her face. Let's go to the ones that have a lower, have a bit of a lower IQ in their score. The Lorraine Ali, interesting, from the Los Angeles Times, the LA Times, Marvel TV's first South Asian Muslim. So now we're calling her South Asian. Okay, just call her a Pakistani Muslim superhero. Expands its universe in this bold yet light-hearted series. Can we get anything lower? Okay, here we go. 75, Zaki Hassan. Iman Vellani, making her screen debut, is delightful in the lead role, helped along by very capable supporting cast of veterans and newcomers. That specific challenge, how to encapsulate a Muslim community that itself encompasses so much diversity of expression, wasn't an easy task, but it's where the show most excels. So it's not about a superhero, it's about a community that we may or may not be interested in. Okay, thanks Zaki. That was a great take, and of course they work for the San Francisco Chronicle, so are we shocked at all to even see that? No, we are not. Let's just go back to the top, let's take one step back and look at the user score, because I'm kind of more interested in what these people have to say. Oh! Isn't that a contrast to the green circles? Now we've got the red circles. Edilon 9. The show has a lot of special effects that are really good, but for acting and storyline, it's really poor. I mean, she's a girl conflicted by her desire to be a superheroine and the desire to make her strict parents happy. It's a stereotype, Edilon, that's what it is. We got some spam there, or the writing in Spanish. Okay, gets me lifted. How Marvel can produce content like this after such a stellar run is unfathomable. This is content that is more deserving of the CW. Low effort content for a low effort audience, I guess. I couldn't have put it better. Gets me lifted. Cade 6. At first, the summary looks amazing, and then instantly you know a lot about the main character. We don't really. The main conflict may look high stakes, especially for a young person, but later on, reflection of the issue could easily have been discussed between the two, whatever that is. And 717, that's not Kamala Khan. It's a series only for teenagers without brains. Another character that Disney wants to pervert, or is perverted towards. Yeah, I can see where they're going with that one. Ms. Marvel, we never really cared about her back in 2014 when Sana Anamanat yeah, we don't really care, and I'm glad it's going on a downward spiral. It serves it right. Now, can you imagine this reception for Ms. Marvel? And again, I don't blame the young actors for taking part in this. They're being brainwashed by their agents and by Marvel and by Disney. It's that prestige of working for them. I guarantee you, maybe in about 7 years, that these actors are going to come out and say what a miserable time they had on Ms. Marvel, and this happened and that happened. I can feel it in my bones, because, you know, I've kind of got that, the old Peter tingles going off in my head, so we'll see if I'm right or not, but I'm never wrong on my hunches like Lieutenant Columbo. So guys, if you enjoyed this quick video today, and again, the whole reason why we're getting shows like Ms. Marvel and Ironheart, that's now filming, I can't wait for that. Because they don't want you to remember Thor, Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America. They're no longer relevant to the current sphere of Hollywood because it's white male-based superheroes, replacing them with ootsy cootsy wootsy females who've had no agency whatsoever. Again, watch Terror on the Prairie, watch Gina Carano's Hattie McAllister, how she's a strong woman, but she has agency, she doesn't turn up on the scene and she can beat everybody to a pulp. Nothing like that, because I had a commenter asking, well, what makes that film not woke? And that's one of the reasons. So folks, if you enjoyed this video today, just do me a favor, like this video as much as you can, just share it as much as you can, and let's the rest happen organically is all I can say. So if I were you, and if you were me, you better check out the next video, bitches.
Phenomena. Phenomena.